you some life updates, what's been going on, what's about to be going on, all kinds of stuff. So let's start with the basics. I'm good. My husband's good. Duchess is good. Knock on wood for all of that. She laid down. She's like, I want to listen, Mom. Definitely, tune me into what you're doing. Okay. So I am fine. My hair's a little crazy. I just showered and it just dried and I look nuts, but I'm not going anywhere. So you have to suffer through it, but the world will never know. Okay. I'm clean. I'm happy. That's all that matters sometimes, right? Okay. So, I think my last video was February, maybe. Okay, since then we have had some things occur, and some good, some bad, some weird. I think I even said that in my community tab post. Okay, let's start with the good. Our house was torn up for a little while some renovations were being done. Nothing too crazy, and nothing like structural or too problematic, but just things that have needed to be done for a long time. We finally got done. So I am thrilled with that. Our bathrooms are redone. We had some work outside, on the outside of the house, get redone. We're done in the first place. And we had all the water and all the, well, not the water, all the water valves changed in the house. They were all old and from the 80s and seized up, and God forbid there was a leak, they would have just, I don't think we could have turned. I'm not sure that if the problems had continued, we would have been able to turn the water off to the house at some point. Like if there was a pipe that burst, if that main valve seized up at some point, which it hadn't yet, but it was leaking a little bit. It's a whole thing. But I wonder if that would have seized up as well, and then we wouldn't have been able to shut the water off to the house if something happened. So I say all that to say there were just things that needed to be done for years, and that we were sort of saving up to do, and just like getting ready to do, and we did them. So that's great. Let's see what else. We got a new kitchen sink. I know that doesn't sound like much, but our old kitchen sink was just the worst sink in the world. It was a little too small for the area. It looked small in the kitchen, and it was separated into two sections. So half the sink, not even half, less than half the sink was where the disposal was, and then the other half, a little bit bigger, was where you would like wash your hands or wash dishes, not watch dishes. Don't watch them. They don't need to be looked at. Where you would wash dishes. That was like too small for a big dish, so you would get water like up around the sides. It was, oh my God, first world problems, I know, but it just like, there are so many things about this house that I love. But that was not one of them, and to me it stuck out because it limited like everyday function. It felt like, okay, so there were some other things too, but we just had some stuff done. So for a while there in the spring, things were torn up and it was a mess, and it was loud all day, every day. So obviously no video. Throughout that time, before, during, and after, I had sort of a flare up. I won't get into the nitty gritty because this is just not the video. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. The issue is not life or death. It's just frustrating and affects quality of life. So I'll get into that at some other point, but I had sort of a flare up of a medical issue, and nothing anyone would ever know about or see. It's nothing like that. It's just like, oh my God, uncomfortable and uncertain, and oh, which doctor should I go to? And who's gonna do like continuity of care through the issue? And what if it comes back? What do I do? And where do I go? And it's just, oh my God, what do I try over the counter versus prescription? I need lab work. I need, imaging. I need, like, it was just this whirlwind of stuff. Another thing is that I left my job So more help than they've needed in a long time, which is great. So now I am helping with that. So much different work, but still doing stuff, which is great. So there's that. And so it was just a lot of transition and a lot of weird things going on. And I want you to know that I wasn't just like, screw the ASMR channel, I don't care anymore. Not at all. It just, I had this sense of guilt. Even my husband was like, you should really do a video. I was like, I know. I'm like, I will. I swear I will. So here I am. Hi. And it's a weird video and it's a quick video and I'm like in my jammies, but here I am. I'm here. So how are you? Tell me in the comments what's been going on. How was your spring? Are you enjoying the weather? I've been gardening a lot, so working in the new job, more like an old job since it's a family business. Let's face it, I've worked there before years and years and years ago, before I went corporate and then I went small business and now I'm back to small business, but family small business. So it's all good. It's all good stuff. Well, except it's not all good, but mostly good. Okay. Duchess, knock on wood, has been great. My husband's fine. Friends and family are okay. My mom is actually having her knee replaced day after tomorrow. So I wanted to do this video because for the next few weeks I'm gonna go and stay with her and sort of be her caregiver while my dad takes care of the business. So it'll be nice to spend that time with her and help her, but it is, I'm sure, going to be stressful. I'm sure she's going to be in pain, and that's going to stink, but I'm glad she's doing it. She's in pain now, which is why she's having it done. It's been a long time coming. So she will have her knee replaced, and we've been prepping for that, and I'm prepping to be away from home for a few weeks, and it's just been a little bit wild. So the other thing that has been happening, not that this is the least big deal out of all of it, but do you remember when I used to record in the basement, which I still can, but I used to record in the basement a lot, and when I started recording in the basement, there would be little scurries in the ceiling because we had some mice in the ceiling. And I ended up calling an exterminator and worked with them for a year. And it was great. And the problem got so much better. And this spring, we had a bunch of trees cut down. We back up to the woods, which no wonder we have mice, right? So we back up to the woods. We're kind of rural. And we had a bunch of trees cut down because it was just overgrown, way overgrown. So our association, with our permission and knowledge and, all that, no bad blood. We wanted it to happen, right? The trees got cut back a lot, and I think that displaced some mice. So for the past few months, we have been battling. I don't want to say an infestation because that makes it sound like you're gonna see one, and you're not. If you do, I'll scream. Trust me, I'm more scared than you. We've been battling an issue, an influx of mice, and I have been working with our exterminator, and they are still wonderful, but they are the owner ended up taking over the case because he was I've never really, I'll be honest, in my 13, 14 years of doing this, I've never quite seen them be this bad in a house that is so normal. He said, the house is clean. Because I said I feel disgusting. They're not in our main living spaces, thank God. And I would see, I am basically inspecting every crumb with a flashlight and a magnifying glass just to make sure that it's not mouse poop, and it hasn't been, thank God. But I found, so we have a finished basement, which was where I was recording before, in the before times, which I will again. It's fine. It's already getting better, but still, I was I'm not doing it today. So the exterminator basically said, sometimes we go to a house and it's a sanitization problem, and I sort of have to find a nice way to say to the homeowners, this problem is bad because your house is filthy, you're not helping. And he said, that is not the problem with your house. And I was like, thank you, but I feel like it is. He said, no, your house is very clean. This is nothing you're doing. I think this was a mix of the trees being cut down So the I lost my train of thought. Where was I? Okay. Bugs are disgusting, and other things are disgusting too, like, you know, mold issues, things like that, all the like homeowner nightmares, right? Like, it's disgusting. However, mice really freak me out. I didn't really grow up with mice. We had other stuff, but meaning like ants and, you know, but like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about them. I love animals. It's obviously, I love animals. I'm not freaked out by a mouse in a pet store. Like, and maybe that's the key, right? Like, I'm freaked out if it's in my house and it's wild and it has a disease or not, who knows? But it's like pooping all over the floor, and I'm trying, there's just not enough bleach on the planet. It's just really freaky. I don't like having to go down to the basement to like check on the situation. Like, what else has happened today? Like, do I smell one dead in the ceiling? Do I see one? Do I see new droppings? Like, I don't like the element of surprise. That's also really bothering me. So anyway, the bottom line is we're working with our exterminator. The owner of the business has like taken over the case because he's like, no, this is bad. This shouldn't be happening. Like, I need to, like, they've sealed up. They have inspected the property multiple times, and they're working on not only showing us what to do and where, meaning as far as like sealing where they're getting in, but also they are going to seal some stuff for us. And they've been great. I mean, they have like, because the issue is so strange and got bad while we were like under their quarterly care, they really have not charged us to fix this, basically. And that's much appreciated. So that's lucky. But it has been really gross. And again, I mean, it's just in the basement. The majority of the problem is in the unfinished closets down there, where like our water system is, and our HVAC unit, water heater, I should say, and HVAC unit. Like, they're unfinished closets, and like, I know that's not much different than like a shed or a garage. I mean, even that's gross if they're in your shed or your garage, but you know, I know that that's not much different from something like that, and it shouldn't be a big deal, but it's like our basement is finished and we hang out down there. Our dog goes down there. Like, I don't want these like diseased, potentially diseased little critters messing around down there. Like, it's not cool. It's not cool. Not when we try so hard to keep our house nice and clean and our lives nice and clean and healthy, and it's just not cool. So again, the exterminator has been great. I'm telling you this in a very disjointed fashion, so apologies, but the exterminator's been great. He's like, no, this should not be happening. They should not be getting in this much. Like, we need to look again. We need to seal. We need to like really, he's like, I'm gonna personally figure out like where they're getting in and where their pathways are, and I will make sure that I either tell you what to do to seal it up or I will do it. So he's coming back in 2 weeks. He's gonna see like where he found, you know, he set traps and bait and things like that to see, like, to make sure he's correct about where he thinks maybe they're coming in, like to sort of just track their activity, and then from there he will seal up and look further and like personally solve it, allegedly. So and we are also doing our part. We are looking, we are listening, we are watching. We have sealed things. So it's just like, we had no idea that we lived in a Swiss cheese house. You know, the occasional mouse is always going to get in, especially in a place like this where we basically live in the woods. I mean, like, a mouse is always going to get in. That's normal, right? They can fit through a hole the size of a number 2 pencil. They squish down to like just their spine, basically. It's foul. But at the same time, you can't have so many that you have like litters being born in the walls. So like, obviously they're getting in too much. So that is the long story short. Not very ASMR and kind of gross. I probably should have warned you that that was going to be gross. I mean, they're just mice, but like, they're pooping in, they started to poop in the area that we would like hang out in, and we wouldn't see them. We would just see the droppings, and I was so upset. Oh my God, I was beyond myself. I was like, that's when we first realized the issue had returned, and like returned in spades. And I was like, no, like this is, I can't live like this. Like, this is disgusting. We try so hard to like keep everything, you know, type A on the up and up, clean and sealed up and protected. And yeah, and clearly we've missed something because this is disgusting. So I have not seen anything in a couple days. Everything is bleached to within an inch of its life. Things are now getting sealed. They've already been sealed. They're gonna get sealed. My husband's working on it. The exterminator will come back. There's lots of traps and baits and things that will help the issue and help control the population. But at the end of the day, we need to find out where they're getting in, which we think we have, but still. And this room is my bedroom. It's like kind of a nook in my bedroom, and the attic is above this room, and I have not, knock on wood, ever heard them in the attic, but I feel like if we don't get it under control, it's only a matter of time. So on top of everything, I'm worrying about that. Again, total first world problems. Everything's fine, but I'm losing it. So yes, that has been going on. So not only did I not want to record in the basement, but I also just had a lot of transitions and things going on. But please know, I have missed you so much, and this is a little less ASMR and a little more like chit chat, but I hope that you've enjoyed it if you can in some way. How are you? How is everything? I cannot wait to make more content for you soon. I am knocking on wood that things are quieting down, both medically and house-wise and mouse-wise and everything-wise. So I cannot wait to do some actual videos for you soon. Please know I'm thinking about you for the next couple weeks. I will be a nurse for my mom, but after that, I will come back home and hopefully get to, you know, just have a nice, normal, knock on wood, rest of the summer. So please, please, please take care of yourselves. Again, I've missed you very much, and I hope you're doing well. Tell me. Okay, bye, and I'll see you soon, as soon as possible. Bye.